Hi, this is TJR from Music Worth Buying. And this last Friday, Led Zeppelin released the final 3 studio albums in their deluxe format editions. This included, of course, Presence, In Through the Outdoor, and Coda. And I'm going to be doing a separate review for each album. So with this video, we're going to be talking about the re-release deluxe edition of Presence. I'm only going to be talking about the 2 CD deluxe editions. I will not be reviewing the actual music of the album. I will say that for a different time. This review will center, of course, on the audio quality or audio improvements, if any, between these current versions and previous remastered editions. But mostly, this review will be centering on the bonus discs that are included and the bonus tracks. So let's get right to it here. As with my previous reviews on all of these deluxe edition re-releases, I'm not hearing any real major significant difference between this current re-release and previous remasterings. And so once again, I feel like the main reason for you to purchase this, if you already own these albums, is for, of course, the deluxe packaging. Maybe you just are a collector and want to have these new editions, but also for the bonus disc or bonus discs that are included in these re-releases. And if you listen to my previous reviews on the past releases, I've gone track by track and discussed the various different tracks, some of the differences that you'll hear, and I'm going to do that right now. So starting with the bonus disc of Presence, the first track is 2-1-R1, and this is basically Achilles' Last Stand reference mix. Now on this version, Plant's vocals sound a bit more buried on this version, so we get to hear a bit more of the rest of the band's contribution. The rhythm of the outro riff is different and seems to have less overdubs, and some of the vocal track overdubs are removed near the end or have different effects layered on. And in this case, with this alternate version, some of the effects that are layered give the vocals a slightly spookier effect near the end. But other than that, there seems to be a little difference between this mix and the one that we already have. I don't feel that it offers too much insight into the recording or allows us to hear the track in any kind of a significantly different way. Track 2 on the bonus disc, For Your Life reference mix. Plant's vocals have a bit more reverb and delay than on the mix that we already know, and there is more panning of his vocals between left and right, and this becomes more obvious when you put on headphones or earbuds. None of Plant's vocal ad-libs are in the mix, but there are additional ad-libs not in the original version at around the 3:15 mark. And a different guitar solo is also there at the 4:15 mark. But once again, nothing that really makes me hear the song in that much different of a light, I have to say. Track 3 is entitled 10 Ribs and All / Carrot Pod, I don't know why it's there a second time, and then in parentheses, Pod reference mix. Very peculiar title for a track that is until now unreleased. This is a rather astounding piano-driven instrumental that sounds like it might have come more from Steely Dan than Led Zeppelin. It feels like a track that was still waiting for vocals from Robert Plant. And this track is just a real highlight and a real treat to hear. Now the next track is Royal Orleans reference mix. This one is also quite startling because it doesn't feature Robert Plant on vocals. Instead, it features vocals by John Bonham. And you get to hear what Led Zeppelin would have sounded like with a different lead singer. And particularly, you get to hear what Led Zeppelin would have sounded like if that lead singer had been Wolfman Jack. And so I'll leave the rest to you to check out. Now, after that, we have Hots for No One reference mix. This version lets us hear the song without so many overdubs and is interesting to hear it arranged this way. In this particular case, there are a few vocal ad-libs from Plant at the end that are not in the original, and more fade out at the end that is not heard in the original. And that sums up the bonus disc. It's a short bonus disc, only 5 tracks. Out of those 5, there are 3 here that I feel like I would want to listen to again numerous times and would enjoy listening to again. 2 of them I don't feel really add anything particularly new or different for my listening experience. And now, once again, as far as the original album, just like with these previous releases, I'm not hearing that significant of a difference. Yes, small difference, but nothing significant to make you say that you need to go out and repurchase this album again in order to upgrade your collection. I think the main reason to get this is if, one, Of course, if you don't already have this album, now is a good time to get it and get the deluxe edition. If you do already own it, the only reason you would get it is for the new packaging and also to get it for that bonus disc. And so hopefully the information I've provided you helps you a little bit with that. As for myself, this is probably one that I would just skip over. I would not purchase it. I would just stream those 3 tracks, put them in a playlist on my streaming service, and listen to them, from time to time that way. And so that wraps up my review of the deluxe edition of Presence by Led Zeppelin. And please leave me your thoughts and comments on this re-release if you've heard it, and especially if you have compared it to the previous releases. And also leave your comments on maybe the larger deluxe editions, which I haven't been able to check out, or even the audio quality of the vinyl editions. I would be very curious to know what anybody has to say about the vinyl editions. And so I want to thank you very much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for my reviews of In Through the Outdoor and Coda Deluxe editions as well. And this is TJR for Music Worth Buying. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.